right, here we are back on the AT, day 59. Day 59. We are 0.4 from the start of the roller coaster. Just got back on the AT. We had to take a little 0.2 side trail to the shelter last night. There's one other guy in the shelter, a little section hiker named Chuck. Then there looked like a couple through hikers tenting, older guys, and then another section hiker tenting. So I had a good night's sleep after that 23.3 mile day. It's about 60 degrees right now. It's going to get warm today. And like I said, we got the roller coaster. And then while we're in the roller coaster in 4 miles, we're going to hit the 1,000 mile placard. And then later today, this afternoon, we will hit the West Virginia border. So we will be done with Pennsylvania, with Virginia. There is one spot where it kind of creeps back into Virginia for a brief period, but for all intents and purposes, we finished Virginia today, the longest state, over 550 miles. Will be checked off the list. That'll be 4 states done. And now we're gonna get into that stretch where we're gonna start banging out some states fairly regularly. So we're gonna get out of Virginia without suffering any Virginia blues. So that's cool. So you got the roller coaster. Roller coaster is over a 14-mile stretch. You have these roughly half-mile climbs. Some are longer, some are shorter. And there's just like a bunch of them, like 10 to 12 of them. And you just go up, kind of steepish, and down. Up and down, up and down, up and down for 14 miles. And the trail's a little rocky. I think that's probably what makes it tougher. It's just the rocks. That's kind of a pain in the neck, but they call it the roller coaster because you're just going up and down, up and down. So that's Virginia's last gasp to kind of screw with you a little bit before you leave, before you go into West Virginia. So whatever, it was designed by the trail boss. That's what he calls himself. Whatever. You know, they always like, everybody wants to make it more difficult for you. So we'll deal with it. All right, here it is. Here's the warning sign. Hiker warning, entering the roller coaster. Have a great ride. Trail boss and crew. And I don't know, but this is the second time I've seen this. Shitty Money keeps writing on signs. So I don't know who Shitty Money is, but Shitty Money probably shouldn't write on the signs, even signs you don't like. All right, so we're starting the roller coaster. So, yay. You can see I'm really motivated for the roller coaster. To me, it's just some trail maintainer's evil plot to screw with through hikers. Personally, their trail boss's claim to fame is, I designed a roller coaster. Okay, whatever, buddy. So, but we'll do it. Whatever. I don't care. Whatever. At least, if you're gonna have the roller coaster, you're gonna have that like clicking noise, you know, like when you're going up. You know, like that. And then when we go down, we gotta go wee. All right. I'm not gonna film too much of this because I get winded trying to talk and do this. So we'll show you bits and pieces. Whee! going down. Click, 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 click. Whee! Whee! 2 peaks done. Coming down the second peak. Whee! Chill guy, you enjoying the ride? Whee! I wonder if anyone's ever thrown up on the roller coaster. You know?
Yeah, they like ate
Too much cotton candy, drank some sodas. Spider web. Let me get rid of that. Alright. Click, 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 click. Going up. Click, click, click. Alright, looky, looky. Here we are, 1,000-mile marker. Springer Mountain, Georgia, 1,000 miles back the way we came. Katahdin, 1,197.4 miles. All right. Whee! 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 Click, 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 click. Whee! 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 Click, 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 click. Whee! 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 Click, 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 click. Whee! 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 Click, 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 click. Whee! 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 Click, 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 click. Whee! 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 Rocks. Click, 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 click. Whee! 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 Click, 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 click. Whee! Sneezed. Wee, 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 wee. Heading down peak number 11. 2 more. 2 more. Wee. Click, 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 click. Look what we got. Virginia, West Virginia state line. Should say West Virginia, Virginia state lines. We're in West Virginia, as I almost fall. All right. So, almost up climb number 12. We got one more after this, then we're done with the roller coaster. But we are now in West Virginia. All right, our first view in West Virginia. House over there. First West Virginia view. That was nice of West Virginia. Give us a view. All right. Right about the top of climb number 12. Getting ready to go down 12 and up the final climb, number 13. All right. Wee! 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 Our last wee! Because number 13 doesn't give us a wee! Wee! All right, here we go. Last up on the roller coaster. Click, 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 click. Congratulations, you have reached the end of the roller coaster, built and maintained by the trail boss and his crew of volunteers. We hope you enjoyed your ride. Hell no. Screw you, trail boss. That's my answer. Thanks for putting it where all the rocks are. So, it was all right. It was just a pain in the ass. Up, down with all the rocks on an 80-degree day. My shirt is stuck to me. I'm like, so, it looked like I just jumped in the lake. So I'm totally soaked. Just some perspiration. So, yeah. The way I look at it is this. Trail boss and his group of merry men, you know, just wanted something they can call their own. You know, they wanted to create something hard for the hikers so that they can say, look what we did. So, whatever. Congratulations, Trail Boss. Glad you have something named after you. The roller coaster. Your life is complete. So, anyway, I appreciate the volunteers, but yeah, I never understand the purpose of like intentionally trying to create a hard section. Like, what's the purpose of it? You know, walking 2,200 miles is hard enough. Let's make it harder on them. Let's do it in a really rocky section, and we'll put our name to it, and we'll call it something because we want people to remember us. So that's my personal feelings. You know, other than that view I showed you in West Virginia, there's absolutely zero views on the roller coaster. All you see is this. What you see here, just trees and rocks. What you see for 14 miles as you're going up and down on all these rocks. That's it. It's not a pretty section of trail. It's kind of an ugly section of trail. And if it wasn't for them creating, quote unquote, the roller coaster, no one would even give a shit about this trail, this part. You know, because there's nothing here. Just woods and rocks. You know. I mean, look in front of me. Woods and rocks. Yeah. Nothing spectacular. So, anyway, it's done. Whatever. Check it off the list. No big deal. You know, it just takes a bunch of sweat and all that. Climbing up and down, up and down. At least in the whites, you get like really incredible views, you know, while you're doing it. You know, this, you get nothing. So, I kind of see it as Virginia's attempt to try to compete with the whites. Let's have a lot of rocky ups and downs. Yeah, but problem is you don't have the views the whites do. So you're still going to be the whites' stepsister. So take that, trail boss. You're the stepsister to the whites. Congratulations. All right. Now that I did my little rant, and there'll probably be people on here commenting, "Oh my God, I can't believe you criticized the trail boss." Yeah, whatever. I did. Deal with it. So, no need comment. So, what's our plan? Well, we do have here in a few miles the Blackburn Trail Center, actually owned and operated by the PATC, which is the Potomac Appalachian Trail Club. You know, Trail Boss and his cronies. Yeah, so we might go there and stay. They do have a 4-person hiker cabin. First 4 hikers to get there get to sleep in it. The others, can tent. And it's free. They do ask for donations. But anyway. So we might do that. Since it was a hot day, we had to stop. We had to do 2 long water stops to get more water, and we had to like camel up and all, so that took a while. And we took a nice lunch break on Bear Den Rocks. We did all that because it was a hot day, so that's why it's taking us long, because it's 4:25 right now, and we probably wouldn't get to Blackburn Trail Center until 5:30, between 5:30 and 6. Probably wouldn't get to the shelter till probably 7, maybe even later, who knows. Depends how quick we can go now. So we might, it's not a big deal. It's like 3.3 miles further to go to the shelter. So we might just stop 3.3 miles short, because it would have been like a 21 point something mile day. We'll just leave it like a 18 mile day. And then we'll add those 3 miles onto tomorrow, which is only like 9 or 10 miles anyway. So we'll have like a 13 mile day tomorrow into Harper's Ferry. So more than likely we're going to do that. We'll chance it, see if we can get a spot in the cabin. If not, I'll have to bust out the old tent, which I haven't used since North Carolina, because I've been sheltering or hosteling. So whatever, I don't care. So we'll probably do that. I'll let you know if we're doing that when we get closer. All right, here we are, Blackburn Trail Center, side trail, point 2. So we're going to take it. We're going to take a chance we can get in the little hiker cabin. If not, we'll tent camp. Not a big deal. See what it says. Yeah, potable water, phone chargings, clean privies, picnic tables, plenty of camping space, all that good stuff. So that's what we're gonna do. See how it is. Like I said, just cuts us 3.3 miles that we'll have to do tomorrow. So it is 5:36. So by the time we get there, it'll be 5:40, 5:45. It would have been at least probably 7. Probably 7 if we would have went to the shelter, and then we would have had to hurry up, and like we did last night. You know, last night we had a little bit more time. We got there at 6:45, but we would have had to hurry up and cook and do all that stuff. And after all the ups and downs, 14 miles of just ups and downs, give our bodies a little rest. I need some time to dry out. So it's still a 17.9 mile day, I think. Something like that, 18 miles. So we'll just add the 0.3 or 3.3 on to tomorrow, since it was going to be a short day anyway, half day anyway. And we'll still get into Harper's Ferry about lunchtime, maybe 1 o'clock, something like that. All right. So that'll do it for day 59. We're over 1,000. We passed 1,000 mile marker today. We crossed out of Virginia into West Virginia, so we're going to spend the night in a new state. And we checked the roller coaster off the list. All right. We'll see you tomorrow.